When my brother wanted to leave his wife, I forced him into homelessness. My brother's always been what I would call a lucky loser. He's always struggled in life, but has finally gotten lucky. The best thing by far that's ever happened to him was meeting his wife, Lucy. She has completely changed his ways for the better. He dresses better, he showers regularly, he eats better, and he's just more pleasant to be around. She's a complete angel and waits on the poor schmuck hand and foot. Unfortunately, he's become a bit spoiled. Lucy's been waiting to go on a trip to see her ailing mother for 3 months. My brother doesn't want her to go because it's a whole week where he'll have to cook, clean, and take care of himself. A few hours before she was scheduled to leave, Lucy called me in tears and said, "Your brother's threatening to divorce me if I go and see my mom." I was already so annoyed. "What? Seriously?" She continued. "My mom's really not well and he doesn't seem to care at all." I shortened my trip to 4 days and that still wasn't enough for him. I was pissed. "You shouldn't have to do that." "I know, but I don't know what to do. Can you help me?" I said. "I'll be right there." I walked into their place and my dumbass brother was sitting in what looked like some kind of throne with his feet soaking in a bucket with, and I'm not kidding, rose petals. He had a bowl of grapes next to him and a bottle of champagne. This dork has been a total loser his whole life, and as soon as he gets a taste of something sweet, he turns into little Lord Fauntleroy. I said, "What's this I hear about you threatening to leave Lucy?" He looked up at me and spoke like he was Marlon Brando in The Godfather. "My woman needs to understand who's in charge of this house." I quickly said, "Make no mistake about it, she is definitely in charge. You seriously can't take care of yourself for 1 week?" He got angry and said, "There is a lot to do around here and I think it's really selfish of her to leave right now." I snapped, "Her mom is sick and she hasn't seen her in 2 years. He barked back, "It's not Lucy's responsibility to take care of her mom. There are nurses for that, and she has a lot of friends that she plays bridge with that are more than capable. Lucy's responsibility is to me and what I need." I wanted to slap some sense into him and said as politely as I could, "You're acting like a selfish, spoiled beach right now. You need to remember how your life was before this angelic woman changed it. You slept on a mattress without a bed spring in the living room of a dingy one-bedroom that had mold, asbestos, roaches, and bedbugs. Those bedbugs lived in your beard for like a year and a half. Then I noticed his toenails were painted red. I blamed Lucy for that one and asked her, 'Did you give him a pedicure?' She stayed quiet. You can't keep treating him like this. Why do you think he's acting like the Queen of England?" Then my brother spoke as if he was addressing his kingdom. "If Lucy goes to her mom's, I will file for a divorce. If you think I'm playing, just try me." I pulled Lucy into the other room and said, "You need to go to the airport right now. He's living in your house, eating your food and watching your Netflix. He's bluffing. Trust me." Lucy mustered up some courage, said bye to him, and left. He filed for a divorce the next day after he couldn't find the TV remote. I couldn't believe his ego had blown up that much. Lucy called me in tears and said, "You said he was bluffing. He's really leaving me." I went over to his house and said, "This house isn't in your name. If you're gonna be this stupid, you're out." I picked him up and tossed him onto the sidewalk. I called every one of his friends and the rest of our family and told them to not give in to his crap. They all held strong. The numbnut ended up sleeping at a homeless shelter, got physically attacked for taking too long to brush his teeth, and contracted some weird fungus from the toilet seat. I'll spare you the details. He ended up in the hospital. That's what it took to finally humble him. He withdrew the divorce and apologized to Lucy for acting like a donkey. To his credit, he never acted like that again. It's amazing what the ego can do to us.